Hello everybody, this is Sakshi. Today we are going to present about assignment 2 Python programming. The consists of user requirements, analysis and design demo video. For user requirements, we have a four database as follows: db.txt database, catalog.txt database, borrowedbooks.txt database, and demo video. First of all, we shows the db.txt database. The program should prompt the user to enter a new user ID. The entered new user ID should be validated by checking if it is exist in the db.txt database. If the user is not exist, the program should prompt the user to re-enter it. The program should prompt the user to re-enter a password and check the same. Second, user requirements catalog.txt database. The catalog search page should allow the user to enter a book name or a book ID. Entered book name or ID should be checked against the catalog database. If the book name or ID cannot be found, the program should prompt the user to re-enter it. And second, if the is book is found, the program should display the book's ID, name, edition number, and a status. The third one is the borrowed books.txt database. If the book status is available, the user should have the option to reserve it. When prompted to reserve, the user can select Y to reserve or N to return to the catalog search page. If the number of borrowed books is equal or exist 5, borrowing limit has been reached. If the number of borrowed book is less than 5, reserve book for a 24 hours. And the fourth one is the reserved books.txt database. After successful reservation, the program should provide the user with the go back to the catalog search page or logout options. Next, we will send to Mintra to talk about analysis and the design part. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mintra. Today I'm going to explain the design phase which we have to design the online library borrowing system, proven solution to common programming problems, reusable approach for software system design. I will show the algorithm from now on. The first part is code importing, which is necessary module for working with CSV file. We import the CSV module with allow us to read and write CSV file. Next, we will call the function that check existing user ID. That check if user ID exists in the database. This function takes the user as an input and opens db.txt file which contains the user database. It then reads the file using CSV reader and iterates through each row to check if the user ID match any of the ID in the database. If the match is found, the function will return true, otherwise it will return false. The next function is checking password match, which verify a user's password match the one that's stored in the database. Similar to the previous functions, but this one is work on the password. The next function is search book in catalogs that allow user to search a book in the catalogs. This function takes a book name or book ID as an input and then is read catalog.txt file using CSV reader and search for a match in either the book's name or book ID column. If a match is found, the function return corresponding row, otherwise it return none. The next function is reserve select books, handle the process of selecting books. This function takes a user ID and books as an input. It first checks if a user already reached the maximum borrowing books by reading borrowbooks.txt file. If the limit is reached, a message will display, but otherwise, the function appends the user ID and the books to the borrow.txt files and prints a success message. Now, We're gonna look to the main program. It's the entry point of our script. The main functions prompt the user to enter user ID and password. It verifies user credentials by calling checking existing user checking password match. If the login is successful, the function proceeds to search for the book in catalogs. The next part, once the book is found, its information is displayed. If the book is available, the user is asked if they want to reserve it. Based on their choice, the reserve select book function may be called to reserve a book. After reserve book, or choosing not to reserve book, the user is given option to either go back to catalog or search page or log out. Depending on their choice, the program either repeats the search process or exits. Next, I will send to Michael for the demo video. Thank you.
Narose from MIT. This is the programming coding for assignment 2 for MN404. So here is the code that we wrote, and if we run it again like that, so what happened is, please enter your new user ID. So what if we write anything like that, it's gonna be wrong, of course. So the user ID is incorrect, please re-enter it. So what we're gonna do is going to database.txt and take the right one that it's called John123 and copy it, paste here, and it's gonna be correct. So what happened right now is, please enter the user password. So if we did this, do the same for this, if we write anything wrong like that, it's gonna be incorrect. So what we're gonna do is, please re-enter it. So what we're gonna do is take this one, the right one, and write it here, and you have successfully logged in. So the other step that we will do is searching for the box. So what we need to go is the catalog.txt, and here we'll take this one and copy it here, and here give us every information and data for this book, like the book ID, the book name, edition number, status is available. So if I and ask me, do you want to reserve this item, and for this item I think it's not available to borrow. So if I said yes, like why, it's gonna be, sorry, you have already reached the maximum number of books that you have borrowed. Please select one of the following options: go back to the catalog search page or log out. So for this situation, I choose for this time to log out, and we'll see what happened. And it's logging out and the process finished, and this is the testing for the code that we wrote, and it's right without any error, and everything good. Thank you.